Hello, my friend. Welcome to Live Chats. Today, I thought we would do something that was a little more a little more chill, like just something that just can kind of just bring us into the makeup space because, there's so much going on right now. With everything happening in Texas and the surrounding states and, the weather and the pandemic and all of this stuff, we really are in a position to really work together to have a low stress environment for everybody to go to and also to not buy crap. We have a lot of people have a limited amount of funds right now. And, you run out of stuff or you just want to try something new, but you don't want to waste your money on it. And drugstore makeup is a great place to go. But the problem with drugstore makeup is that the wall and the area where all of it is contained is very overwhelming and huge. And you don't know what's good. You don't know what's bad. And you don't want to waste your money. And we need each other right now. We need in solidarity to talk about drugstore makeup that sucks, that we should never buy, and also drugstore makeup that is amazing, that is worth the money, that may even compare to more expensive cosmetics. So I've got a bunch of stuff laid out for you. I've made a huge mess. I have just stuff to share with you, some of my favorite drugstore products that I'm playing with right now, and also some things that I'm not liking. So it's going to be full of reviews from me, but also full of reviews from the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as the people that are here in live chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, you are participating in the comments down below, talking about your favorite and least favorite products so we can all learn from you, so that we can have a kind of a general consensus on what we need to be purchasing and spending and investing our money in and what we don't. One thing that's really important though is that, everybody's face is different. Everybody's skin type, skin tone, weather around them, just general preferences can be different. So it's possible that I love something, someone in the collective brain loves something that you don't love, because we're all just different. So this is just kind of general recommendations. And when we talk about it, I think it's important to talk about like the nuances of the product. So if I like something that's less coverage, and be like, yeah, this is amazing because it's a foundation, it has less coverage, but it makes my face look beautiful. But somebody else likes full coverage, they'll know that product isn't for them. So yeah, let's just talk about it. And we're going to get into like this huge, massive pile of products that I've pulled out to talk about. But before we do that, I do want to introduce you to and say hello to some of the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, the people that are here in live chat, and say hello, and then we'll get into it. So Yasu Cherry, hello, good morning to you. Casey, good morning, excited for live chat to brighten your day. Me too. Good morning to my friend Mel. She says, remember to like the chat. Thank you, Mel. Josephine, good morning to you. And Michelle and Jen Unboxed, welcome back. She says, hoping Texas is thawing out today. Yes. Teresa M. Oh, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Yes, hoping everybody is safe. Jackie is here. Good morning to you, and Sandra. And it just skipped down. Why does this hate me? So it skipped down to Chantal and Trashley Fellers and Emma Davis and Beth and Melissa. Melissa says, when I go from What's Up in Makeup to live chat, it's a good day. Yes, I love that for us. I love that for us. Jennifer is loving my shirt. Thank you so much. This is another one of those TeePublic shirts. If you ever went to Tower Records, this was a big part of my teenage years, from probably 12 to 15. Tower Records was the place I begged my parents to go to so I could get the latest single on tape from my favorite artists, which was mostly 80s, 90s hair bands. That was the goal. And sometimes I had the couple bucks for it, and sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I just wanted to walk around. And my brother was walking around looking at his, really, really, really hard metal stuff. He called it death metal. I don't know if it's still called that or not. I lose track of that genre. But looking at the Pantera and the Slayer and all of that. So yeah, that was my brother, and I was over in the hair bands because they were much cuter. Because that was me when I was 13, 14. Anyway, I do want to let you know, though, I did just recently get a shipment from TeePublic, and the prints were a little bit shaky on them. They're they weren't printed right. So I do need to contact their customer service and check and see what happened with those. So before you order, I just wanted to give you that experience. If you were planning on ordering from TeePublic, I did just get a bunch of shirts that I'm not happy with, but my first round of shirts all are amazing. So I wanted to mention that because they are cheap. I think they were $13 each. They were very inexpensive. So you'll be seeing a bunch of these shirts coming up in live chats over the next few weeks. A lipstick mark. Bloop. Okay, so let's start where I usually start with face products. So let's start with primer. So did I even get out? I didn't even get out a bunch of primers. Really, Jen? You failed. You failed. Okay, so let's talk about the primer that I'm wearing on my face today. We're not going to take well, I guess we could take a little, I don't know. Should we take I don't know. I like taking a little break in the middle, say what's on my face. But this is something that I've been using a lot lately. This was sent in PR. This is the Supercharged Dewy Primer Base from Milani. It's more of a moisturizing primer. It has a strong scent of orange. I personally enjoy it. I know it's probably not the best thing for my skin, the citrus oils that are in here, but it really does smell nice. And I like the way it feels. I don't think it makes my makeup last longer, but it is a more moisturizing face primer. I'm trying to think of other drugstore face primers that I've liked recently. Let me actually dip into my drawer real quick because I feel like I've totally neglected. Do I have eye primers either? Yes, I do have, no. Goodness, Jen. All right, hold on. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Got 1, got 2, got 3, got 4. Okay, that's good. All right. Oh, one more. Okay. Okay, so what's up?
I was about to bring in the puppy.
Oh, you're bringing the puppy while I was looking. You can bring her because now people are going to want to see her. Haley, don't eat my camera. All right, so yeah, go ahead. Bring her. Yeah, she's my baby. This is my baby. This is my baby. I love her so much. My love. I love you. Hi, baby.
Okay.
All right. Bye, baby. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay. So, all right. Yes, we're going to talk about e.l.f. Putty Primer in just a second. Okay, so face primers, the ones that I grabbed. Let's see. Okay, so The Ordinary. This one is another, it says high adherence silicone primer, but it really is more of a moisturizing primer. I really like it. It does make my makeup last longer, but it doesn't give a thick, heavy silicone kind of feel. It's more just, it's a very hydrating primer, but it also works really nicely to make my makeup last longer. So yes, here. Yes, yes, yes for that. This one's weird. Okay, this was recently sent to me in PR from Essence. This is the My Skin Perfector, tinted primer. It is very silicone-y. It's very pore filling. They do have a bunch of shades for different skin tones, and it does leave a tint. There is definitely a tint there. So, be aware of that when you buy it. It's not something that's just going to dissipate, as you blend it out. But it can definitely pill up. If you over blend it, like it's very tricky to work with. I feel like I have to blend it until I start feeling it pill and then I need to stop. I don't think I would purchase this one, even though I do think that it makes my makeup last longer and I do like the siliconiness of it for like pore filling, but it's a little weird to work with. All right, let's look and see what you all are saying. Thank you so much to Mama J. Oh, thank you, Mama J. I appreciate you. Let's see. Here we go. Brittany says, it needs a dupe for the Hydra Grip. I don't like the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip. It is too sticky. I hate the way that primer feels, but I know a lot of people absolutely love it, but I really don't like that one. People talking about the e.l.f. Putty Primer. We're going to talk about that in a second. I actually have it right here to talk about. That's what's on my eyes today. So let's see if there's any other comments about face primers, and then we'll move on to eye primers. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So Maggie says, I also like the hard candy blurring one. It's not mentioned. It just makes my skin flawless. Nice. I haven't tried anything from hard candy in so long because I'm not a Walmart person. I'm a Target person. I don't know where you fall on that, whether you go to Walmart, you go to Target, or you go to either one. I'm very much a Target person. My Target is closer to me. The Walmart's a little further, and I just prefer Target. Oh, here we go. All right, A-Fresh. Hard Candy, Milani, and NYX have great primers. I've always loved them when I've tried them. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about eye primers. So, eye primers. Oh, wait, you know, I brought this one out. This is the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. It's supposed to be kind of a dupe for the Hourglass Primer. I don't think it's quite a dupe. It's inching there. It looks a lot like it. It feels a lot like it, but I don't think it gives my foundation the lasting power that the Hourglass does. But I mean, it's fine. It's not a bad primer. It's a nice primer, but I don't think I'm going to repurchase it. I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. It just like it's got like a white tint to it that's a little bit weird. It's like white. So if you have a deeper skin tone, you're going to have to deal with, well, I mean, everybody has to deal with this. I mean, you can even see it on my skin tone, but it's the same with the Hourglass, and you just have to really blend it. It does make your skin feel pretty slippy, but it has that, like I can even still barely see like a little bit of white on me, but it's kind of powdery when it goes down. It's very strange. But it is a nice primer. It's a nice primer. All right, eye primer. This one right here, this is the one that I should have thrown away a while ago. This one's super old. This is the Ulta eye primer. I discovered this eye primer when I did a video on Ulta makeup and whether it was good or not, and bought a bunch of stuff. And this was this was probably my favorite thing that I got from that video and discovered. It is fantastic as an eye primer. It goes on with a little tiny bit of a tint, and let me show you. Hold on. So it's just got a little bit of like a my skin tone color tint, but it does blend in. I don't know how this is going to look on someone that isn't me because it really does match my skin tone really well. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm hoping it would provide a brightening effect for people that are deeper than me, but people that are lighter than me, it may be a little bit too deep. But yeah, I mean, this reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay formula that is so beloved, the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It is a fantastic eye primer, and I've been using it for years. This is an old one. I have a new one, and I kind of flip back and forth, which is why, and you know what, I really probably should throw this away. But it doesn't smell bad. It's like, I hate throwing away makeup. I don't know about you, but I hate throwing away old makeup. Unless it smells bad, a lot of times I'll still use it. I know that's probably terrible, but I have trouble throwing stuff away. I genuinely do. I hate it so much. Yeah. Kendra, I can't tell the difference between the Ulta Primer and the UD Primer Potion. Love it for the price. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, here we go. Where's this one? I lost it. Oh, no, where'd it go? Here we go. Oh, man, it keeps skipping. Here we go. All right, Dark Angel. I didn't like that primer. It dried my eyelids out. See, I've never had a primer dry my eyelids out, like ever. So if that's a problem that you potentially have with eye primers, then definitely listen to Dark Angel on this because I can't speak to that. This is why the collective brain is so amazing. Absolutely. Okay. Cynthia Mac just added a ton of shanks to their paint pots. That's cool. That's good to know. This is interesting. Rebecca says the Beauty Bay eye base is my favorite. It comes in different shades too. Nice. I've never tried that. I didn't even know Beauty Bay had their own brand. That's so interesting to me. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the Milani eye primer, but I need some coverage. I live in Canada and we don't have Ulta yet. Gotcha. I don't know what's up with Ulta. I hope Ulta expands to Canada soon because that needs to happen. That needs to happen. It needs to happen. Another one that I wanted to mention was this one that was sent in PR. This was purchased. This is sent in PR. This is the Maven Beauty one. And I do really like this as well. This is the Fashion Nova brand of makeup. There really wasn't a whole lot in the line that I really liked. I do have a full review on the whole line that they sent. So I did try everything, and this is really one of the only products that I still use after the video was over. This is the shade Coquito, but there's also one called Alpaca that I use that I believe is a little lighter than this one. This one is a little bit closer to my natural skin tone. The Alpaca one is lighter. So if you have a lighter skin tone, then definitely go with the Alpaca. If you're closer to me or a little deeper than me, because you can see that's a little deeper than my skin tone, then Coquito will probably be good. But they have a ton of shades. They have some deeper shades as well. So yeah. I really appreciated that, and I really like this primer. Even though it's not a you can't get it at the drugstore, it's drugstore priced. So yes, if you haven't heard of that brand, go check out my brand review. I have a full video on everything. All right, let's see if there's any other eye primers recommendations. And then we'll move on to foundation. Yeah. Jake's Baby Cake says, what's a good eye primer when you hit your 40s? Because saggy skin is real. I haven't gotten to the saggy skin phase. My eyelids are definitely not as taut. Like when I use a makeup brush, they move a lot more than they used to. But I don't have like a sagging yet. I don't have a crepiness yet. So I would love to either hear or in the comments down below, some suggestions for Jake's Baby Cakes would be wonderful. Oh my gosh, Deanna, thank you so much. She met her hubby at Tower Records. That is so cool. What a great story. I love that so much. That's so fantastic. Here we go. Ava says, honestly, I use the Essence one and it's good enough for my mildly oily eyelids. Definitely stops my creasing. Nice. Great to know. Great to know. All right, I'm skipping down. Okay. Stacey, I like the Gerard Cosmetics ones too, but it's definitely not drugstore price. That's actually one of my favorite eye primers right now is the Gerard Cosmetics one. It's really nice. It's just my only critique about the Gerard Cosmetics one is that you have to use the tiniest amount, and the pot format makes it a little difficult to use the smallest amount. So what I do is I use the lid and I put a little bit on the lid and then I dip my finger in the lid. So yeah. That's my only critique of it, but it works great. I love it. It's a fantastic eye primer. All right. Jenna, I need to moisturize my lids. My lids are fine. I do use eye creams occasionally, but mostly I just use moisturizer, like whatever moisturizer I use, I carry it over to my eyes and I learn very quickly which ones sting my eyes and which ones don't. So the ones that don't sting my eyes, I'll carry over to my lids. But I don't have dry lids. I don't have oily lids. My skin overall is just kind of normal, which is very abnormal, I think, to have normal skin. There were times when I was getting dry patches around my nose, on my chin. There were also times like this past early winter, I was getting oily here around my nose, which is very odd. I don't know. My skin's confused. But for the most part, my skin is quote unquote normal, which I think is weird. So... all right, let's move on to, and I'm going to save all the stuff that's on my face for the midpoint, which is going to be in about 12 minutes. So let's go on to foundations. All right, some of my favorite drugstore foundations. All right, so this one was a favorite for a long time. This is, I don't even know if they still make this. This is the e.l.f. Moisturizing Foundation Stick. Oh my gosh, when I discovered this, I was obsessed. It is so old at this point. It smells a little weird. I have to admit, it smells a little weird. I might have to part with this one. This one's pretty old, but my big critique of this was I think it came in like 3 shades or something stupid. And I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on this and whether it even still exists, whether, you know, they made more shades. I bought this a very long time ago and it's great. It's probably one of the best foundation sticks I've ever used in my life, but I probably bought this 4 years ago. I know it's gross. I know. You know, we all have our threshold and mine is just my bar's low for throwing this away. or high, throw, low, high, I don't know. Uh, other favorite drugstore foundations. I love this. This was actually recommended by the community. This is the Light Illusion Foundation by Flower Beauty. Love this. I'm pretty sure the shade range on this is pretty good. And it works great. It's got a nice satin finish, which is my favorite. I love a medium coverage satin finish foundation. Love that so much. And that's what this is. And it's great foundation. I also have a full Flower Beauty review on when I reviewed this. I want to say it was about 2 years ago that I reviewed the whole bunch of stuff because this was recommended to me by the community. And this is definitely one of my favorite foundations. Ones that I like a little bit less. This one used to be super high up on my love list. This was sent to me by a friend. This is the Pacifica A Light Clean Foundation. The only thing about this that I'm learning is I have to be careful how much I use. I can't build this up because if I build this up, it looks awful. I have to use just one pump and I have to spread it out evenly or else it cakes up in my forehead wrinkles. It cakes up around my nose. Like it just turns into a hot mess if you look at me up close. So that's my only complaint about this. I personally would choose the Flower Beauty over the Pacifica because of that. I feel like I can build this a little bit better. It's just a little more of my skin friendly, but it is a nice, soft, comfortable foundation and I really like the finish. And then the last one I wanted to mention, this was PR. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This is an extremely light coverage foundation. I know some of my peers absolutely hated this foundation. I remember specifically Samantha March. This irritated her skin so badly. She has acne prone skin. I think she has a little bit sensitive skin and this messed her skin up so bad. She got it in PR too. But I loved it. It worked great for me. But I felt like it was really important that I mentioned that this stung her skin so bad. But this is a really beautiful light coverage foundation for me. It's definitely light coverage. Like it is tinted moisturizer, maybe a tad more than a tinted moisturizer. It's very, very light coverage. All right, let me see what you all are saying. And I'm going to have to move a little faster. I have so much stuff to share with you. Flower Beauty. I got that at Ulta is where I got that. I'm not sure where else they sell it. I think they sell it at Walmart, I believe. Here we go. Casey, L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow is my favorite drugstore foundation. Thank you so much for that. Jenny, is it just me or were the Revlon Color Stay Foundation and lip butter so iconic, but Revlon in recent years has been very lacking and disappointing? Oh, totally. I think that Revlon got a little too big for their britches and started pricing things way too high. Like way too high. Like, I don't know what was happening. Like they just started pricing things like, you know, I don't want to pay $15 for a drugstore lipstick or whatever. I feel like they went a little too high on the price point. You know, I think they bumped up their packaging without bumping up their quality and decided they were going to charge more. And I think that turned off a lot of people to the brand because the quality didn't improve. But I do agree. Remember when the lip butters were huge, man? Like that was when I first started on YouTube, lip butters were the thing. They were the thing, and the Color Stay Foundation. I think also we don't see it as much. If you watch a lot of YouTube, we don't see it as much because they don't send out a lot of PR. I rarely see anybody get Revlon and PR. So it's like, you know, I think it flies under the radar. And unless the community sees something and figures out something that's absolutely amazing, it just doesn't get on the radar, you know, at least in the YouTube beauty space. All right, here we go. Jasmine, love the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer and use that instead of foundation. Nice. I haven't tried a lot of the ColourPop complexion products. All right, I'm going to scroll all the way down. Let's see. Yes, Revlon Color Stay Lipstick was my high school jam. Nice. Nice. Any other foundation recommendations before we move on? Okay, here we go. Monica, I also love to mix the Flower Beauty with the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Sewing Haze says, I heard from Allie Glines that Flower Beauty is having a buy one, get one 50% off at CVS starting today. Nice. CVS is having their beauty deals. They sent me an email about it. They send me like a box of goodies a couple times a year where they send me like some of their popular, well, they send out to many people, not just me, but people, different drugstore things. And it's to promote their Epic Beauty event that they're doing right now. So supposedly they have a lot of stuff on sale. I haven't checked it out because I'm just not in the market to buy anything right this second. But yeah, supposedly they're having a lot of really good sales right now. So definitely check that out if you're looking for drugstore stuff on sale. All right, let's go ahead. We're at 25 minutes and I cannot believe how fast this chat is going. Let's talk about powders, face powders. So here are some other ones that have kind of been staples in my collection for a long time. You'll be able to see with the packaging on these. The Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation powder, press powder. Like this, I've repurchased so many times. Like I can't even express how many times I've repurchased this. This purchase was from a long time ago, I have to admit, because I honestly haven't been setting my face a whole lot lately. I've been really enjoying just letting my foundation shine. And I think it's because there's been a little bit of a switch between, what we used to do with makeup where you always had to set your foundation, you always had to set everything, to now where, I feel like the loudest names in YouTube makeup tutorials and the makeup artists that are making videos are saying more of, you don't necessarily have to use a powder. And, I was listening to YouTube and they were telling me I had to set my face. So I was using it a lot. And I didn't set my face today. Concealers. Yeah, I did miss concealers, didn't I? I have concealers over here. We'll talk concealers too. I have 2 of them over here. Thank you for the reminder. Alicia's like, what about concealers? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I missed it. But I do have them. They were just hiding behind my lipsticks. I told you it's a mess over here. It's a mess over here. Thank you, Alicia. I don't know what I would do without you. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate you. We'll finish up with powders. We'll go into concealers and then we'll take our little break. Okay, which isn't really a break because I'm just going to show you the drugstore stuff that's on my face. All right, so Rimmel Stay Matte has been a staple in my collection for a long time. Also, this Milani one, the Multitasker Face Powder. This one has been a staple in my collection for a while, and this is the only one that's PR that's new. This is part of that Essence My Skin line, and this one's weird. It's very, it's got a really nice texture, really nice satiny texture, but I have to be careful how much I apply. I have to make sure I do like a dusting because it will cake up under with my concealers. It'll cake up if I try to pack it on. So this is more of like a light dusting with a big fluffy powder brush kind of powder. But I do really like it. It's just, I just have to make sure I use it the way that it works, which is like a dusting all over. And it's very satiny. It's got like almost a silicone-y satin kind of feel. It's very, very nice. All right, let me look and see. Thank you so much, Hayne. I appreciate you. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Yes. Diana loves the Rimmel Stay Matte. I have it in a darker shade and use it as a bronzer. Ooh, that's so smart. Yeah, definitely. Banjo Bone's mama. LOL, I just bought setting powder to try it out. Did I waste money? No, not at all. No, you didn't waste money. It just gives a different finish. And I think it was just it felt like it was mandatory before, like you had to, like that was part of the routine is that you had to. And I feel like now the makeup artists are saying it's more of an option rather than having to use it, like that it's mandatory. You have to use it all the time. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yes, here we go. Cherie. I want to try that Airspun, but the fragrance is it's atrocious. I have it. Hold on. Where is it? Or did I declutter it? I think I decluttered it. I did. I decluttered it. I decluttered it for that reason. The smell. I could not stand the smell, Cherie. I could not stand it. It was too much. I could not do it. I could not do it. I'm with you. And it wasn't that great either. It was powdery. I didn't like it that much. I did not like it too much. All right, let's talk about concealers real quick because we are hitting the 30-minute mark. I can't believe this is going so fast. Okay, I keep saying that over and over again. Sorry, I'm going to not say it anymore. All right, Pacifica, another one. This was again sent to me by that same friend. This is the liquid coverage, full coverage, lasting concealer. I have the shade 20 NF. Forgot to mention my shades here. So the Pacifica is 33 NL. The Flower Beauty is Ivory L2. The CoverGirl is light. And I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. And then this one, I already said, okay, so this one is very creamy. I really, really like this concealer. I have to slowly layer it up because again, I get creasing underneath my eyes if I put on too much too fast, but I can do 2 layers with this. And I just love the way it spreads. It spreads really nicely. I really like this. Another one that surprised me that was sent in PR is this one by Makeup Obsession, the Mega Conceal. I wouldn't say it's a Mega Conceal. It's a medium conceal, but it's just such a nice concealer. I was very surprised by this, how much I really, really liked this. It's got a huge doe foot on it. Oh my gosh, it's gigantic, this huge doe foot, but it's very squishy and it just feels nice and it goes on nice. And this one's, they're both kind of more of a medium coverage. I would say the Pacifica is just a little bit more. And my Mega Conceal shade is 04. All right, concealer recommendations. Okay, here we go. Courtney, Maybelline Age Rewind and Milani concealers all day. Yes. Oh, my friend, Gigi. You are so nice to me. You're too good to me, Gigi. This is nice, Gigi, because there used to be a mean Gigi. They used to come around and she was really mean. And then nice Gigi. This is nice, Gigi. Thank you so much, nice Gigi. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. T. Rendy, we are going to be talking about the e.l.f. concealer in about 15 seconds. As soon as I go click on a couple of these, because that's what I'm wearing today. Well, the hydrating one. I wonder which one you're talking about. Yes, e.l.f. Okay, let's just go into it because we need to. Okay, so I already talked about what was on the primer that's on my face today. So let's talk about my foundation. I'm wearing the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made, and this is in the shade M15. This again is very old. I did full review on the whole collection when they sent it to me in PR. They literally sent me every single shade, and it was like one of those things. It was this giant box of every single shade. I ended up sending half the box to Project Beauty Share because it was like, what? Like I gave it away to as many people as I knew personally, like they could fit the different shades. This was, a while back, and the rest went to Project Beauty Share. Like I sent so many of these things to Project. They were probably inundated with these over at Project Beauty Share. But yeah, so this is Buff Beige, and it is a true full coverage foundation. I love the finish on it. And if I don't want it to be full coverage, I can just put on a little less and I can make it medium coverage. So I've got it more medium coverage today. But this is my filming foundation. I flip and love this for filming. It looks really beautiful under camera. So like getting married, or like if you're going to be under lights, or if you just really like a nice, good, solid full coverage foundation, that's the jam. Concealer is today the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm down to here on it. I use this so much. It is fabulous. I know not everybody loves this. I love this concealer. This was definitely one of my favorite finds of 2020. I love the doe foot on it. Again, just a little tiny bit goes a long way. It is a wonderful concealer, and it is full coverage, unlike the Pacifica one and the Makeup Obsession one. This is a Makeup Revolution company. Unlike those, this is a true full coverage concealer, and it is wonderful. For eye primer today, I did use the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I do have some complaints about this. I wish I liked this more. I do think that it works. I think that it does a good job, but I do have critiques about it in that it's putty-like, and you really have to dig your finger in there. And if you have any kind of fingernails, it's difficult because you really can't pick this up on a brush. At least in my experience, I can't pick this up on a brush. I have to use my finger. So if you have longer nails, I can imagine this would be extremely difficult because like my finger doesn't sink down. If I go like this, like I can't, like it's really hard. It's a very hard product, physically hard. So yeah, I think that it's a good product. I don't think that it's a great product, at least for me. All right, moving on. Let's see, what haven't I talked about? Okay, on my eyes today, I did ColourPop. I have the So Jaded palette by Kathleen Lights, which is one of my favorite ColourPop palettes. And I freaking love this palette, man. This is such a good palette. It is so fun to play with. So I use the shade Rose Quartz in my crease, and then I used Fluorite all over my lid. Oh my gosh, this shade right here is so stinking pretty. Like you can, that's what's on my lid. Like it's just, this is like my favorite shade of purple of all time, is this like lavender duochrome. Lavender and like a blue, like a periwinkle blue are my favorite colors ever. So yeah, I love that shade. I also have, let's see, okay, this Alexandrite is on the outer corner, and then on my lower lash line I put onyx, and I put a little bit of diamond in the inner corner there. But I flipping love this palette, man. It is such a good palette. There's so many good shades in here that are just so fun to play with. So yes, love that. And then kind of put that out of the way. Brows, I use this. I believe this was PR, but I'm not 100% sure. This is the CoverGirl brow pencil in soft brown. Drugstore eyebrow pencils are fabulous overall. I have a couple more I'm going to share with you when we get to it. But yeah, this is a great brow pencil. As my liner, I use first I used this, and then I didn't really like the way it looked with the purple, the Raw Beauty Christie ColourPop pencil. These pencils are nice though. They're nice and creamy. This is in the shade Woodsy. And then I ended up topping it, because I didn't like it with this eye look. I ended up topping it with the Physicians Formula Waterproof, which I like better than the regular. The regular one didn't feel like it was as opaque as I wanted it to be, but I really like the waterproof one. It's very nice. Let's see, lashes. I'm wearing the new Makeup Geek Extension Effect mascara. This is one, when I first tried it, I'm just letting you know I'm friends with Marlena from Makeup Geek. So just putting that out there. This was sent in PR. When I first opened this, I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was just a good mascara, not a great mascara. But the more it's open, the more I like it a lot. It does remind me of some of my favorite drugstore mascaras, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But yeah, it turned into a really good mascara. But I felt like when I first opened it, I was a little disappointed, because it was just fine. It wasn't good, and now it's good. This is the wand there, in case you were curious. But yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about that. I've been using it for about 2 weeks, and it's good now. We're solid. And then cheeks today. I'm not sure if this brand even still exists. You'll have to tell me. This is JCat Beauty, and this is their Love Struck blush. This is so stinking old. This is probably 5 years old at least. This is really old. And as I was putting it on, I was like, I probably shouldn't be wearing this, because this is real old. It's real old, but it looks pretty. I thought it looked good. I can't throw away makeup. I know I can't do it, especially powder products. I have so much trouble throwing them away. Can't do it. Like it hurts my soul to throw away makeup. So yeah. So yeah, that's what's on my cheeks. This is the shade Love Struck, and this has been one of my favorite blushes for a very, very long time. It's a great blush. And then for lips, I'm wearing the CoverGirl. This is a PR. That was purchased. This is PR. This is called Romance Mauve, and it does have a little bit of a shine to it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but not all of these have that shine. Just a really comfortable, very nice lipstick. The packaging is a little bit cheapy looking, in my opinion, but I do really like the formula of these. They're very nice. All right. I saw we have another member of the Collective Brain, Jody Amber. Thank you so much, Jody. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and skip down. Yeah, Thriving and Beyond. In general, do you all keep your powder products longer than 5 or 6 years or so? I have stretchy pants that have dry rot. That when you pull them out, they go. I don't throw anything away. I'm terrible. Like, have you ever done that where you've like pulled out an old pair of like jogging pants, wherever you haven't worn in a while, and you put them on and you just hear it go because the spandex inside, or the stretch stuff inside is dry rotted a bit. Yeah, I don't like throwing things away. I know, it's a thing, and I know some people. I'm gonna get roasted for it, and it's okay. I'm prepared to be roasted for not throwing. I do keep my powder products for a really long time. A lot of them say, like, I think you're supposed to throw away 2 years, I think is the shelf life on powder products, but this is way older. This I think I've had since I lived in my old house. So I lived in my first house that we bought. We lived there 7 years. That was where my daughter and my son were born. in that house. And then we moved to another house, lived there for 4 years. And now we've been here for a year. This is like when I had the grandma curtains and was filming outside. I think that's how old this is. It's old. It's real old. It's real old. If you haven't been buying makeup for longer than 5 years, come to me when you've been buying makeup for 10 years and tell me how you feel. See if you've changed your minds. Oh, I accidentally clicked on that one. I meant to click on a different one, but that is so funny. Emily, sadly, I pulled out some underwear last week that did that. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Hilarious. All right. I need to keep moving because we have 20 minutes left and I have so many products left to share with you. All right. Let's move on to eyeshadow. So I brought out some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that are drugstore price point. Of course, the Raw Beauty Christie at Foresight palette is just, I love this stinking palette. Juvia's Place is another brand that's drugstore price that I absolutely love. The Original Warrior palette. Oh my gosh, I love this stinking thing. These are so freaking creamy. It's like, I remember when Juvia's Place first came out. At first, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to buy this brand. Am I allowed to buy this brand? Because of all the African imagery, I was a little bit nervous because I was like, okay, this is not for me. Because when I was a kid, we had that brand. I don't think it just came back, that brand Fubu, For Us, By Us. And I remember being specifically told, you are not allowed to wear this. So I was a little nervous to purchase this because I was like, am I supposed to be using this? Is it okay if I use this? Like, is this not meant for me? Oh my gosh, that is not the messaging of the brand at all. Juvia's Place makeup is, that is not their messaging. They're celebrating African culture, but it is not like an exclusionary kind of brand in any way. So if you are hesitant to try Juvia's Place because of the African imagery, please don't be hesitant. It is just a wonderful, wonderful quality brand. And when they first launched, oh my gosh, like when I first tried some of this, it's like, how are they making this so cheap? Because like these foils, especially, it's the foils for me. These things are ridiculous. If you like really foiled eyeshadows, they're like paint. They're so opaque and incredible. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the Magic palette. Let me show you one of these. I don't know if they sell the big one. I don't know if they sell the big one anymore, if they just sell a smaller one, because you really don't need these giant pans. Like, you're never going to go through these in life, in my opinion. They're so huge. But let me show you some of these colored ones. They're just, I mean, really, just incredible, incredible. And then let me show you some of the mattes just because, but I don't feel like they're as strong in the mattes, but the mattes are still, I mean, really, they're wonderful. They're a little bit hard to blend because they're super pigmented, so they can be a little difficult to get them to move on the eye. But it's incredible, incredible. So let me see some of your favorite drugstore eyeshadow brands, because I have trouble finding really good drugstore priced eyeshadow. I feel like that's one of those things that it's more miss than hit at the drugstore when it comes to eyeshadows. Yeah, the pans Juvia Place are just too huge. Yeah, they do have smaller palettes. So like, I don't think I have any out, but they do have smaller pans. Let me see if this is the Nubian too. No, that one's still really big. How about this one? I have one right here. No, that one's big too. I don't know, but they do have ones with smaller pans now. So yes, they're gigantic. Yeah. Yeah, Christy, I haven't tried Juvia's Place. I've just so many palettes already. I feel guilty buying anymore. And honestly, like the collecting of makeup is a marketing thing. I mean, unless collecting makeup brings you joy, there's no reason to do it. There's no reason to buy everything, even if it's good, it's okay. Like I feel like that's a big part of the marketing, is that we need to collect things. Yeah. Samantha says, Juvia's, ColourPop, and BH are the only drugstore brands I buy. I need to try BH again because my memory of BH Cosmetics is not positive. I haven't tried anything from them in a very long time. I remember I liked their Galaxy Chic palette way back in the day. I really liked their baked formula, but their regular pressed formula I did not like. Did not. So I need to try BH again. Here we go. Antoniac, Elf 3 pans and the Retro Paradise ColourPop Juvia's Place are the best. Nice. Yeah, the BH Zodiac. I ended up getting the Gemini one that was just Gemini when they were doing just the one sign, and it was awful. It was so bad. It was terrible. But I heard the big Zodiac, the one that had all the signs, was wonderful. Yeah, Perfusion eyeshadows. You know, Perfusion, I was on Perfusion PR for a while, and I think they took me off because I wasn't really talking about a lot of it because I wasn't enjoying a lot of it. I did do a review of a Perfusion palette, and it was very hit and miss for me. But I've heard that some of their stuff is just really, really good. Like, I love their liquid eyeshadows. They're wonderful, the liquid eyeshadows. But I found that the palette that I tried at least were kind of like some of the shades were really good, and some of them weren't. In the palettes. But I think it just depends on the palette. One thing I really love that Perfusion did that they sent me was their brushes. They have really nice brushes. Yeah, ColourPop and Elf. Elf's really stepped up their game for eyeshadow. Elf eyeshadow used to be awful. They used to be so bad. They were some of the worst eyeshadows I'd ever used. Yeah, Kayla says Perfusion is amazing. I haven't had an amazing experience with them. I'm so sad to say. I wish I could say I had an amazing experience. I think it's also, too, what you've used. See, look, Jackie, same thing, loves Perfusion. So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I don't know. I must be missing something. Yeah, so I don't know. Hey, Lisa, go check out Lisa's channel. Jen, have you ever tried Annabelle from Canada? You know what? I did. My friend Shannon, who lives in Canada, she sent me some Annabelle. I think it was their liquid liner, and it was very nice. But I think that was the only thing I tried. We can't get it here in the States. But the liquid eyeliner was very nice. Yeah. Jessica, the new Wet n Wild palettes they came out with are really good. Do you remember the Wet n Wild palettes? The ones that had the two colors going down the sides. I had so many of those darn things. I ended up having to declutter them because those were real old. Those were real old. All right, I got to move on. Oh my gosh. Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. One thing I wanted to mention, I wanted to actually show you the Perfusion ones too, but these CoverGirl Exhibitionists, this was PR. These are really nice for liquid eyeshadows. I'm not a fan of the ColourPop Super Shocks. This is from the Raw Beauty Christie collection. I just don't really like their form. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I don't like that. I have trouble picking them up. Like, I have trouble working with them. I haven't quite figured out how I like to work with the Super Shocks. Picking them up on my finger, I just feel like they don't give me what I'm looking for. And I wish that they picked up better on a brush. So if you have a recommendation of what kind of brush you use with the ColourPop Super Shocks, I would love to know what brush you use because I have trouble with it. All right. Blushes. Let's talk about blushes. I have so many blushes to share with you. Oh my gosh. Okay. A lot. Honestly, I love Essence blushes. I love these. Like, this one is really, like, it's very pigmented. So if you like a very pigmented blush, like, these are like, this is my summer blush right here. It is like, there's some pigment here. Like, it can get real clown facey real quick, but if you put it on lightly, at least for me, if I put it on lightly, then I really, really like that a lot. But I love that that builds so well. Let's see. I bought this a while back. This is a L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush. Yeah, it still smells a little bit like cherries or peaches. It was peaches. First I thought it was cherries, but it's peaches. So this one is a little lighter pigmented. These Milani blushes are fantastic. This is another one that has a nice build because that's kind of what I'm looking for in a blush. This one definitely does not build. But what I'm looking for in a blush is something that goes on light, but then can build and build and build because I feel like that's the way it works for most people. So if you have a very light skin tone, you can just put on a little. If you have a deeper skin tone, you can build it so you can get it to where you want it. So yeah, the Milanis definitely do that. I also really love the Flower Beauty flower pots. I cannot remember if this is PR purchased. I think that this is purchased. And I think that this was PR. And then these Essence Mosaic Blush. This one's nice and buildable. The satin one is not. The satin one, it goes on one strength. That's it. But the lasting power on all of these is fantastic. I'm just going to keep going through my stuff, and then we'll talk about whatever products you want to talk about, because I want to make sure I get through everything. Favorite bronzer of all time is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It took me a while to warm up to it, but I love it now. The only thing I don't love, and some people are going to be mad, is the scent. I hate the scent of this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the smell of suntan lotion. Like coconut, beachy suntan. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't like it. It's like, that's what it smells like. If you love that scent, you'll probably like the scent. I almost dropped it. But I really like this bronzer. I like the way that it looks on my skin. I like the lasting power, all of that. I know I'm talking really fast, so hopefully closed captioning works from YouTube today, because we need it in our lives. Talking so fast. Wet n Wild. Remember this? Do you remember this? This is the gold bar. This was a thing trying to find this. This is a fantastic highlighter, very glowy, from Space. Wet n Wild highlighters are fabulous. I had one of their, oh, here we go. This one. These are newer. These are very glittery though. These Hello Halo ones. The blush is really nice, but the highlighter is glittery. So if you don't like glitter, you're not going to like that. This is more of like an O for shine. But yeah, both really good lasting power there. This was PR. This was purchased. And then this was purchased. This, if you want something a little lighter, a little more like Hourglass. I know if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm going to say Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. They need to come out with more shades of this formula, because it's freaking amazing. It's just that really nice natural glow. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Okay, and then for lips, what did I bring out for lips? Okay, for lips, these are new PR, the Milani ones. This formula is wonderful. It is their new, this is the shade Nylon. What are these things called? I don't know. I don't know what they're called, because it's not on here, I don't think. If it is on here, it's very, very tiny. I don't know. But this formula, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's very hydrating, very comfortable. It gives a nice wash of color. It's not super opaque. It's a nice, just very comfortable wash of color. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh, absolutely love those. The only complaint about these is I wish they had more shades. I know they came out with a lot of shades, but I like more like nudie kinds of shades, so they don't have enough nudes for me. More nudes, more nudes, more nudes. Okay. I actually really like this. I've been using this more. The Jason Wu formula that I did the full review on. This is a matte formula. So if you don't like matte, you're probably not going to like this. This one is very orange. I had a lot of people hate my blush in that video. I liked it. Some people don't like orange blush. I liked it. I thought it looked cute, because the bright blush thing is like a look right now. And I was going for that look, and some people didn't like it, and that's okay. I liked it. I thought it looked good. So you can use this for eyes, lips, or cheeks. It is very matte though. So if you don't like that matte feeling, you probably won't like it, but it is very, very creamy. Okay, lip gloss. We're almost there. Lip gloss. ColourPop's lip glosses are fantastic. I also really like the Maybelline Lifter glosses. I don't like, the more I use these, the less I think they're close to Fenty. Fenty is just head and shoulders above these, to be 100% with you. It is nice. It is a little comparable, but I don't think that it's this. The Fenty ones have a beautiful scent to them. I think they feel a little bit better on the lips. I think they're the closest drugstore lip gloss I've ever seen to the Fenty, but I think the Fenty is just head and shoulders above these, but they are a really nice gloss. Really nice gloss. The smell on these is weird. It smells like makeup and fruit candy, but it's like a makeup-y scent in there. It's fine. It's not bad. It's just, it's not good. Where the Fenty ones smell good. They smell real, real good. And then finally, mascara. Okay, so for mascara, I grabbed a few things. So of course, my Essence Lash Princesses are my favorites. I know some people, it smudges or flakes on them. Those are my number one. Forever and ever, amen. Like, they're amazing. This one was sent to me by CVS. This is the Bambi Eye Mascara by L'Oreal. And this one is very nice. Really like this one. Ones that I like less, the Essence High Beauty Mascara. CBD mascaras just do nothing for me. I don't know what the deal is with that. Every time I try CBD mascara, it's like, wah, wah, wah. I don't know. And then this one didn't do well for me either. This was PR. This is the Warrior Princess by Flower Beauty. Again, it was just okay. Like, it just... So, but Essence Lash Princess will forever and ever be my favorite, I think. Oh, brow pencils, brow pencils. I forgot brow pencils. Okay, so Collab by Sally Beauty, if that's still around. They make fantastic eyeshadows as well. Their brow pencil is epic. This epic as a brow pencil can be. And then this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer that I really like. These are both, I can't remember if this is PR or purchase, but this is definitely purchase. One that I don't like is the one from Essence. This is the Eyebrow Designer. It's a pencil form. It's just it's your grandma's eyebrow pencil is what it comes down to. It reminds me of like, 90s brow pencils that I bought, I mean, it's just really not great. It's hard and just, look, it's like, where are you? Hello? Hello? Bueller? Where's the brow pencil? The brow pencil didn't show up today. All right. Now that we have 6 minutes left, and I want to read all your comments. Now that I've gone through all my stuff, I want to read all the comments, all of them. I felt like I talked way too long, but I wanted to get through all the products. All right, Jenna, the Essence Brow Gel is good. Nice. Great to know. Oh my gosh, it's skipping around. Stop skipping around. Okay. All right, Erin, I personally prefer the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara over the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Good to know. All right, Joey, LA Girl, Shady Slim is my go-to brow pencil. Interesting. I've never even heard of that. Eminem's going to be mad. Nancy, I stack Lash Paradise with an old Collab mascara that is almost dried out. So perfect. I love that brand Collab. They did such a good job. They really did. And Tony, I work for Sally Beauty. We still have Collab. Yay. I sell it quite often. Good. Love their cosmetics. Super good quality and affordable. Totally agree, Antonio. Thank you for weighing in on that because honestly, like they did a fantastic job. If you've never heard of Collab by Sally Beauty, I do believe I have a full review from when the stuff came out, but they collabed with a bunch of influencers, including my friend Leisha from X Sparkage. They collab and they had them come out and test the products and talk about, and help them make them amazing. And they really did a great job. I don't think I tried anything from that line that I straight up did not like, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, but like their eyeshadow palettes are really good. The brow pencil, I'm trying to remember their liquid highlight I really liked. So many good things from that brand. But Sally Beauty, I feel like just flies under the radar because I really feel like Sally Beauty just needs a full rebrand to capture more people because it just seems like it's like a place you just don't want to buy. I don't know. Like, I feel like they need a good solid rebrand. Okay. Janice, Elf Wow Brow Gel. Nice. Linda says the NYX has the best eyebrow pencils. Oh, okay. Samantha says Shady Slim is Jessica Braun's favorite eye pencil too. Nice. Hi there. I can never find a drugstore brow pencil that's the right color. I stick to my ABH pencil and powder. Yeah, and I think that's one of the drawbacks to brow pencils at the drugstore is a lot of times they don't have like good brow pencils for redheads or, trying to think, like blondes sometimes have trouble. So I don't know what color your hair is, but yeah. Honest Beauty mascara. That's expensive though, isn't it? But I've never tried that one. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Michelle says, buy Essence Brow Gel. Never buy another again. I've used it for 10 years. Nice, Michelle. Thank you for that. So what about other things besides brows? Let's talk about blush. Let's talk about lips. Let's talk about highlight, bronzer, eyeshadow. Let's talk about all that. Mascara. Catherine says CoverGirl Remarkable mascaras are always been my favorite. See, this is what the collective brain is all about. Yes, this is a good one. Maybelline Falsies mascara is great, only that it is getting dry quick. Oh, good to know, Daniela. Thank you so much. Daniela, thank you, Daniela, for all the comments you leave on my videos, by the way. I see you. Like, Daniela's there. Thank you, Daniela. I appreciate you so much. Kaylee says, I never stopped using Rimmel Stay Matte as my go-to powder. I just can't justifying more on powder. Gotcha. Oh my gosh, Beth. Beth's been shopping on Shop Miss A. I love everything I got. Wait for it. This bag right here is full of Shop Miss A. I haven't started on it yet, but I've got all kinds of stuff. I'm doing a Shop Miss A video. So like I even got some skincare, like to see what it was like and whether it was worth it. But like I got some brushes, I got some blushes, I got, what is this? Oh, this is their sponge set because I heard they have amazing sponges. I got some, what is that? This is a primer. I got a full face of Shop Miss A, but I haven't started it yet because I'm still working on the other stuff that's a little more time sensitive. So once I get the time sensitive stuff done, this is coming right here. La, la, la. So many things. I got lashes in there. I got eyeshadow, I got eyeliner, I got brows, I got all kinds of stuff. We're going to have fun. So good to know you've been shopping on Shop Miss A and loving everything, because people don't have money to spend on some craziness. Sponge versus brush. I honestly think it depends on what kind of coverage you like. To be honest, I feel like both can be good. I think it depends on what kind of, like, I feel like a sponge really gives, it's hard to build up, at least for me, it's hard to build up to a full coverage with a sponge. I feel like it really gives a more light, more natural kind of look. But brushes, if you put on the right amount, you can get a really nice natural look from a brush too. It depends on the foundation, I think, more than the tool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would love to hear the community weigh in on that. Essence bronzer, good to know, good to know. Indigo, what's up? Shop Miss A, I used to have this wonderful clean color blushes. Ooh, good to know. Indigo Blue Beauty. I feel like you've been around for so long on my channel. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Like I just, when I see the same faces and the same names, it just warms my heart so much. Hi, Audra, it's my friend. Audra, I have more control over how my base looks with a brush rather than a sponge. I'll be 41 in April. Yes. I think, honestly, I think you just have to figure it out as an individual. Unfortunately, I feel like it's one of those things that's just really hard to say for everybody, you know, because your preferences as far as your skin type, you know, and what kind of foundation you like, what kind of coverage you like, I think it changes for each individual person. Jaqueen says Profusion brow products are great too. See, maybe I need to like try more of that stuff now. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I just appreciate you so much. Jenna's been around forever too. All right.
Quick, before you go, do you
Yes.
have any recommendations for drugstore brushes?
Drugstore brushes, Profusion. Profusion brushes are fabulous. Moda brushes, thank you, husband. I appreciate you. Moda brushes are wonderful. You can get them at Walmart. They used to send me PR, but I haven't gotten anything in a really long time. You can get those at Walmart. Those are wonderful. I feel like they're even better than like Real Techniques and Eco Tools. They're probably comparable to the Real Techniques brushes, but I do like the Moda ones better. I feel like they have better shapes. Like they get the shape thing. They get it really nicely. I think the $3 e.l.f. brushes, the black ones, the blush brush is fantastic. I don't like the $1 e.l.f. brushes, but I do like the $3 range, like the ones that are there. I really like. So yes, that would be, yeah, a lot of people saying Real Techniques. The Real Techniques sponges are great. I really like the Ulta sponges. I really want to try the Shop Miss A sponges. So yes, e.l.f. and Real Techniques. e.l.f. I have the crease brush for days. Nice. I don't have their crease brush. See, crown brushes, aren't they kind of, well, I guess well, it's owned by the same people. So no, they're not. Crown brush is not the same people. Wait, maybe they are. No, it's not Crown brush is different. I got confused for a second. I don't think it is. Yeah, Moda Pro is a great line. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, the black handle e.l.f. brushes. Thank you so much for that, husband, because we really need to say it. All right. We got to go. We're 3 minutes over. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if you're watching this on the replay, please leave your comments down in the comments below of some of your favorite and or least favorite so we can learn from you. Thank you to everybody who participated live. I appreciate you so much. And we will be back next week at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Talk about something in the beauty community. We'll have to see what happens between now and then. Stay safe. If you are in Texas, I love you. Thank you Thank you so much for being here in all of the madness. Hopefully it brought you some peace and some relief and a little bit of escape. I hope that things get better, Texas and the neighboring states. I hope that it gets better very, very soon. And just know that I'm thinking about you. I've given some personal donations to some people in Texas, and it's crazy there. It is crazy there right now. So just know that I'm thinking about you. And I hope that you are able to have things be better sooner rather than later. So thank you again for being here. Mad love to you. And I'll see you in a video very, very soon. All right. Bye. Have a great week.